So if you want to get a really cool car that ideally could appreciate, but hopefully also just stay flat, definitely not depreciate at 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, and a
Oh,
million, what would that look like?
I don't play that game that much. As far as what wouldn't depreciate. So, 25, I feel like some of these analogs, these last sort of manual cars that they still make that don't really make anymore. I think it's pretty safe to get something with a manual transmission. A lot of Corvettes and some of the cooler Mustangs and stuff where there's around 25 grand right now. That would definitely work. Like a C5 Z06 might be tough to get around 25. That'd probably be a great one to get. I mean, 25 should be doable on that one still. C6, you wouldn't be able to do it. 50 grand, I feel like right now what I just got was the AMG GTS. And
It's a great car.
incredible car. So I don't feel sad about selling my $300,000 SLR or my $200,000 SLS AMG because I got this. It's the same platform as the SLS for 50 grand for 500 horsepower dual clutch. It's beautiful. It's stunning. Yeah, the doors don't go up all cool like my SLS and SLR, but it's so amazing for 50 grand. And there's nothing that's going to be a $50,000 driving experience for less. So I feel like there's no way it'd be less than 50. Nobody's going to ever say that basically AMG's purpose-built supercar is going to be a $30,000, $20,000 car. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. But then you go up to 75,
No, it could be like between 100 and 300.
100 to 300. I think, yeah, you could still, once again, the gated cars, a gated Gallardo, a gated R8, something that's still analog, that's still serviceable, that's not into that hybrid tech and all that stuff where I feel like there's going to be a big rejection of that as they age. And you're seeing the trickle down of what once was, the hypercar holy trinity, the McLaren P1, the Porsche 918 Spyder, and the Ferrari LaFerrari, getting down into the normal Porsches now are hybrids. The 911 Turbo is going to be a hybrid now. The Ferraris, like the SF90, $700,000 car that's depreciated 300 grand in a couple of years. All this hybrid tech that people are rejecting. And then when they're 10 years old, on a normal Ferrari, you're going to spend 100 grand on a battery replacement. People are going to reject that.
$100,000 on a battery?
It's $200,000 or $300,000 to do on a LaFerrari, $200,000-$300,000 to do it on a P1.
How much of that is the cost of the battery?
They charge six figures for the battery. The labor's still expensive, but they charge an unbelievable amount.
Do you have to take it to like Ferrari or McLaren to fix it? So you can't take it to an independent who could tinker with it and mess with the software.
It's not like a Prius or all that stuff where you can rebuild the cells, or like a Tesla Roadster where you can rebuild the cells and balance them back out and all that stuff. So and they upgrade it as well. So like they're going to be stuck with that. So I feel like people are going to go back. Like I want the days where like I can just change the oil on this thing and fix change spark plugs and still go. And so these last Audi R8s that are still somewhat analog, they don't have to be manuals, but as far as just not that crazy level of technology to where it's still, a normal independent dealer scan tool can access it and still keep it going reasonably. I think there'll be a big appreciation for those.
How many cars have you regretted selling?
It's tough because I do regret a lot of it, but unfortunately I'm not wealthy enough like Jay Leno's Garage where I had outside income of something else, doing the Tonight Show for 20, 30 years or whatever, to where I can keep the things. So if I need to recycle and do fresh content, I have to sell. So I would have loved to keep the SLS, the SLR, the Countach. Oh my God, that Countach. I had the Countach for 4 years, which is a long time for me because I loved it so much. And, Doug DeMuro says it's his favorite car. I agree with him, but I had to I'd done everything. I hadn't done a video on that car in a year. And it's like, it's sitting there. It's $500,000. Like I could put it into something and have a whole new wave of content. So unfortunately I have to move things along. Even though, so I guess that doesn't make me quite a degenerate, an addict as I thought, because I know I need to keep my hamster on the wheel as far as going with that.
But your portfolio, your net worth year over year is still growing, right? It's not growing?
I lost a lot. I lost half of my net worth, and just with some mistakes financially and things where the typical stuff where people get this hubris, like the party's never going to stop, and you just personal decisions and different things where, obviously we talked about the home renovation and some other bad moves business wise, and people take advantage of you and things, and I lost millions, man. Yeah, I did.
What's your advice for people watching this to make sure they don't fall into the same issues?
Oh, I think I sort of talked about with me, it was trying to level up and do the next thing. So I had to do the big house. I had to do all the cool, crazy things that everybody else on YouTube was doing. I never thought I'd be the Hollywood guy that loses it all, So I didn't lose it all. Obviously, I'm still doing fine, but I made the stupid mistakes for sure.
Do you own any stocks?
No. I mean, a little, like a mutual fund that I haven't put any money in years, and it's less than $50,000.
But it's
probably.
grown, right?
Less than 50 grand, probably.
But you watch it grow over time, right?
I haven't actually looked at this mutual fund.
Does it exist?
It's
come to think of it,
it's with Morgan Stanley,
okay.
and I think I haven't even opened up the envelopes to see how much money's in it when they send statements in a while. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking? We got to create an email. Hoovie needs help.
No, don't do this. You did this for Tavares. No.
.com.
No.
We did it for me too. We have a Graham needs help 12.
Oh, no.
Because here's my idea. I was thinking how great it would be to create bring a trailer of hoopties. Because I know bring a trailer, their threshold is pretty high. Cars and bids is like you need cars. I want to see hoopties. I want to see cars that might not be running.
I wouldn't compete with my daddy. I don't want to compete with my daddy.
But I don't know if Doug loves that idea.
He's not doing hoopties.
Oh, you don't want to do hoopties because nobody would disclose honestly how bad hoopties are. But a lot of people don't know. They lie either out of omission or ignorance, or it's malicious. That's when I buy a car. What's wrong with it? They list the things that they know, but then there's so much that they don't know. So there's no a hoopty thing. That's a no-win scenario because you don't really know.
How often are people lying when they're selling a car?
They're all lying, but some of it, some of it's by ignorance.
Sure.
So they don't know that they're lying, especially on an old 20-year-old Lotus or something like that. So when I bought this Lotus at Barrett-Jackson, there's some things that are kind of shady. So on Bring a Trailer, he disclosed that the car didn't have a roof, which is kind of important. But with Barrett-Jackson, when he put it up, he didn't disclose it because you're supposed to disclose things are wrong, but not having a roof sort of ambiguous. And instead, he put a piece of Lexan, wrapped it really nice in a blanket, and taped it up, and then put this in the property room as roof. So it shows that it comes with a roof. And he did crudely make a roof out of Lexan, just cut it out. But there's nothing to secure it. It's a piece of plastic. But the 1-2 transmission crunch. When I posted the video, people are smart enough to go to Bring a Trailer, find the old listing, find the guy's handle, and then just start blowing this guy up, tagging him. Hey, you're shady. You're terrible. How could you not disclose these things? You're a crook. I could honestly believe that the guy didn't know that the transmission was screwed in this car because it takes 15 or 20 minutes of driving for it to warm up, and that 1-2 shift becomes so. He didn't know, but he also didn't care enough to drive the car any kind of distance or know to really get to know the car's issues.
How do you know he didn't know?
I could believe that it's possible. Let's say a dealership has 100 cars. They're not going to be able to go and drive every single one for a couple of hours and figure out every single issue with the car. So they can't, and a mechanic can inspect it. They don't have a crystal ball to look inside the transmission and know that the synchros are shot. You have to go drive the car, really put some serious driving in it to really know a lot of these problems. So you can sort of at the same time, since the roof thing was kind of shady, I'm wondering how much he knew. And he said, in the startup video on Bring a Trailer, the airbag light goes off. It never goes off. So it might be a combination of just not caring and a little bit of malice, but either way, every seller lies unless they are just totally nuts and go get the car, fully inspected before they sell it, or something very new.
See, I like the guys, and you could tell usually because they post on Bring a Trailer, and every little nick that I would never even notice, they mention it.
Right.
And they put a penny or a dime next to this little nick that's on the back, kind of on the under part, and they're there's a little scratch right there.
Yes.
Or this little scratch. People exist like that.
But with dealers that really care. And then they, Bring a Trailer and others have really preferred dealers with they have an extra thing, and Cars and Bids has regular dealers that but a lot of them just buy the car at the auction. And there is always a reason, especially on something cool. Why did this person trade it into CarMax? Why would somebody take a 2010 Millie Connell GT and trade it in at CarMax? it's obviously there's something wrong. Like you could go take it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it. Or, there's so many other options where you take the quick wholesale money. Some people are lazy and obviously they don't care. They're that rich. But most of the time, if they're trading in a car, especially in this day and age where people are kind of strapped financially, there is a reason. And then the cars get dumped at auction. And then there's a multiple degrees of separation where the person who traded in knows what's wrong, but then the selling dealer doesn't know. And then it goes to auction and that dealer doesn't know. So it filters through a couple of people and you don't know until you buy the car and start driving it. So like, I don't usually get mad at people when I get seriously scammed. There's some where I've gotten deservedly just blast the people because it's obvious that they were being really shady. And I know sometimes when I bought the cars, they're like, oh shit, because I know it's going to be on YouTube and I'm going to be talking about it. And some of them are smart enough to not even respond to me when they figure out that it's me because they don't want to get involved in that.
Now, one of the biggest traps with healthy snacks is just how misleading they are. A lot of protein bars I've noticed still spike your blood sugar, contain hidden sugars, or contain ingredients you can't even pronounce. And then you're hungry again an hour later. That's why we love the sponsor of this clip, War on Sugar. They make a bar that actually keeps your blood sugar stable, tastes great, and contains ingredients that you recognize.
War on Sugar bars are amazing. They're designed specifically to avoid insulin spikes, and their sweetness comes from monk fruit, which is exactly how they stay sweet without getting that blood sugar response. Plus, they use healthy fats and natural fiber to slow digestion and keep energy steady. And the result is amazing. It's no spike, no crash, and no craving afterwards, just clean, sustained energy that actually lasts.
And the ingredients list is refreshingly simple. No sugar alcohols, no preservatives, no natural flavors. Everything comes from real nuts, real fruits, and real cocoa.
So whether you're watching your blood sugar, eating low carb or keto, traveling or training, or you just need a grab-and-go bar that actually fills you up, War on Sugar is that bar.
They've got great flavors like lemon blueberry, peanut butter pistachio, and chocolate peanut butter crunch.
Seriously, guys, I highly recommend it. Just go to waronsugar.com and use code ICED10 for 10% off your first box. Once again, that is waronsugar.com. ICED10 is the code for 10% off your first box. I have a problem. When I eat, I spike and I crash and I cannot focus. I do not suffer that with War on Sugar bars, so I highly recommend it. Thank you so much to War on Sugar for sponsoring this clip.